Hey guys, it's been a while since a video. I know I said I was gonna upload right after uh, my last one, and I honestly have tried. The first time I tried to record it, it did not process. The next time I did it, it was just complete. I needed to edit it so badly, and I did a terrible job, and so I could not upload that. I had to scrap that one. So, um, I will be recording after this just so that this doesn't get in the way of the actual reading of it. I don't want to do big long intros to my readings just because that's the point of the reading. It's just reading. And I wanted this to be more personal, like me talking to you or me logging something. And um, so I think this video is going to be about um, when it's okay to make excuses for things and when you need to own up to something. Like, I know I've been lazy and I know I've been sick, so there's a combination of me being lazy and not wanting to and just not getting on my butt and doing things, and then there's the me that is like, well, I can't really because my throat's iffy, or even with other things like work. If you're gonna be sick, is it okay to go in at certain times? I say if you cannot physically get up and take care of yourself, you're not sick. You're sick enough to stay. When are you just making excuses? Like, if you've got a cough and a slight sniffle, you get your butt to work or school or whatever it is. You gotta tough it out unless you physically can't go anywhere. Like, if you're throwing up, you're gonna go home. Like, if you're at school, if you're at work, it's the same thing. If it's going to inhibit your ability to do what is your job, you have to stay home. Like, if you broke your foot, some people will still go to work, depending on what medication you're on. I went to work. I got hit by a car when I was on my bike, and I did not break anything, thank goodness. But I only took 2 days off to heal, to make sure I could safely walk on it, and make sure nothing was exactly wrong. And and when I have been sick, I have not taken very much time off. I guess I've taken a lot of time off to get when I was sick, but that aside, when I get sick, I wait until I'm absolutely terribly sick, and I know it's horrible, but that's the way it's gotta go, because my job depends on me, and I can't be like, hey, I live like a mile from here, I walk everywhere. I'm gonna be getting sick because of the weather I'm putting myself into. Um, it's just that exposure. Like, I'm gonna get the occasional cold, I'm gonna have nose allergy reactions to things. Just carry tissues and cough drops. Eat healthy, drink soup or something. Just take care of yourself and you should be fine. You'll get the odd sniffles and the odd cough and congestion and stuff, but it's not gonna be so bad. Like, I was fine. Like, the one day was really bad, but I still did stuff. Thankfully, the day that I came, like, seriously down, I felt really funny one day, and the next day was off, and that's when it really hit me, and I was, But then the next day I felt a little better, and then the next day I felt a little better, and this is where I am right now, the day after that. And I mean, I have had a little bit going on, like, with work and family life and family life. I'm not gonna get into that. Oh, but at a certain point, you have to say, well, when am I just stalling, and when is things actually getting in the way? Like, for example, my earrings. I just got a second ear piercing right here, and it's taken me about 3 or so years to get this done, because part of it's being, well, I'm scared of needles and I don't like pain, and the other part of me is like, well, I've really wanted this for a long time, and I think it'll really look nice on me, and I could really do a lot more with it. But just like my hair, those of you who would have known me personally, I did not have hair a couple of months ago. This is what's grown back after the no hair, and that's when I started getting wigs. I have two. I plan on expanding my collection. But still, the hair thing was a very. I worked into it, but it was a very quick decision for me as a slow decision maker. I'm very slow to make decisions that are kind of serious in my hands, like haircuts and piercings. Um, but I'm very quick to make easy decisions that are convenient, because being lazy is convenient, and staying home when you're sick is convenient. Well, that's not a necessary decision. You should People should really be thinking about what they should do instead of what they have. Well, they should do what they have to do instead of what they want to do and what they wish they could do. In the I'm gonna stay home because I have a slight tickle in my throat. It's like the difference between saying, "Oh well," it's the difference between saying, "Well, I've really overloaded myself with coursework and it's actually something that I can't handle," where you would talk to your counselor about that instead of just bitching and moaning, pardon my language, but that's what you should do. But most people will just grudge through it and be kind of bad at their grades, or you'll say, well, I'm spreading myself a bit thin with my active social life and my rigorous work schedule, which is kind of what mine's not a social life, it's more of a life that I wish I had, being a night person, having a day job. But that's my excuse. I refuse to conform, and I should conform a little more. I don't like that, but it's more of a just I need to go to bed before 2 in the morning kind of thing so that I can get up at like 5 in the morning on Sundays, and occasionally at 7 and 9 o'clock, because I usually work middle of the day to afternoon evenings. Like Tuesday through Friday I work afternoon nights, and Saturday through Monday I work mornings. That's usually what goes down anyway, now that we've got a pattern, because I don't go to church. And before any of you guys go, oh, you gotta get to church, religion and me have a long history. We're not gonna get into it. Churches are lovely. I like their messages sometimes. I enjoy being in churches. They have good acoustics, they have lovely windows. I just rather not be there for religious services. I have my beliefs, you have yours. We're not going to get into that this message. But it's like how people didn't get to church this week because of daylight savings time. It was convenient for them to not set their clocks back before they went to bed, so they could get that same hour of sleep. It's just prioritizing, really. Are you... I need to work on this. I know some other people as well need to work on it, but at this point in my life, it's something that I really need to focus on, because what's more important? That 1 second it takes to do my hair before I leave, or getting that cup of coffee before I go in, or getting there, taking it, or being able to get to work in time to take a 10-minute nap before my shift starts, so I can, shake off the cold of the outside and watch Gilligan's Island. I don't know. So, when is it just convenience, and when do you need to make that decision? When is it okay to make those decisions like that? And when should you just stop joking yourself that it's not really something that you need to do? I'm not perfect, my life's not perfect. I'm never gonna make perfect decisions, but I can make better ones. and I want to work on that. Well, that's my go. Bye.